All right, all right. Y'all know where y'all at, man. Welcome to Plug Talk, folks. We did take a slight little vote. They love Shell, so I brought Shell back again. And I get it. How could you not love Shell? She get on my nerves sometimes. But yeah, I was finna try not to cuss at least for the first 10 minutes. But if you catch me, for every time you catch me, I donate $1 to the Shelly Shell Fund.
Hallelujah.
You know I'm frugal, so
won't he do it? You definitely is frugal. I'll have to talk about that.
So I'm gonna try my hardest, I promise. You know what I mean? But at 10:01, I'm letting this shit all go. It's like holding my breath right now.
Hello, y'all. Shelly Shell back again. About to get into a little topic with Mr. Plug Talk.
I ain't even gonna cheat you though, because you're gonna be able to see it on video. I already cussed one time. Try your $1. I promise you, it will not happen again. I'm not slipping up. I'm not. That could have been another pack of hemp wraps for me, man.
$1 to the Shelly Shell Fund. Hello.
So, yo, I ain't gonna lie. This topic is really kind of it's painful for me, man. It's painful. I hate to see dysfunction with children and parents. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Mainly because,
you know.
Yeah, mainly because I don't got kids, but I have a mother and a father. So like I could never imagine like being disrespectful to him or talking crazy. I couldn't call my dad a bitch ass nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of look at it from his perspective. Like, damn, I know that gotta hurt to have one of your children talk crazy about you, especially your daughter. And then I see it from the child's perspective. Like, as a child, you're very ignorant and you don't really understand how difficult these grown adult situations can be. Whether it's the relationship of two people or whether it's just, financially being able to provide for that child. You know, people go through ups and downs, you know what I mean? So, and I'm just talking on the basis of average people. I'm not talking on the basis of a multi-million-dollar rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure financially he's done whatever he could for sure. You know what I mean? I don't think financially it was any of our burdens. But it's just a crazy situation for real. I'm not happy about this one. I'm not.
Right. I'm not either. It's sad. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely sad. It's just a lot of. I got a problem with it on all sides. If I would say that, all sides. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's no right. It's nobody right in this situation. You know what I mean? To me, right. You know, somebody could have did less damage, but than the other one has. But either way it go, this is totally on Boosie and the baby mama, if you ask me. And the result of y'all dysfunction is what we see in that little girl right now.
Right. You know, a hurt child. Oh, absolutely. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. She really gets into some crazy stuff, but we're going to start it right here. Let's go.
Huh? I'm trying to see why they so mad. But y'all swear to God. Y'all swear to God. Like I swear on my life, I never been materialistic on my life.
Mind you, the person in the background you hearing is the mother.
Is the mother.
So I will continue.
I never been materialistic. I don't care. I never been materialistic. I might like materialistic stuff, but I never been materialistic. So it like all that don't.
You fucking off with this shit, I'ma show you, bitch. What? No, I
now listen to this.
What did you tell her? Think I'm playing this time? Bitch, I'ma put a bag on you, bitch.
What? And I always talk about doing something to somebody else.
I didn't tell nobody to dish you. What did you talking about? What did you tell Tori? Cause she crying.
Hold up, she pulling it up. Yeah, cause you gotta bring old stuff out. Like,
bitch, I just wanna let you know I'ma see if you can swim. I don't even know what that means. I don't know what that means. Motherfucker won't dog me out on that girl ain't dog you out. All that girl said was you be busy. Tell that bitch I'm taking out my wheel in the morning.
Bitch, take your shit from me. Come on now.
You call my daughter a bitch?
Wait, pause it. Pause it, real quick.
I'm taking out my wheel.
When I was 15, I had a big old block party. Everybody in Bjork vouch. I had a big old block party. This man gave me a big old stack of money.
5 bands.
He gave me a big old stack of money, y'all. Guess what? Soon as everybody left, guess what? He got that back, put that in a bank account. I couldn't even use it. Come on now. I've been getting stuff took from him. So y'all instead of saying, you gonna miss out, you gonna miss out. Did that mean I've been missing out? Come on now. That's a problem. Speak on stuff you know, not stuff that you hear. That's a problem. That is the problem.
Y'all still bringing up money shit.
That's the problem. Y'all wonder why y'all miss so many blessings. All this gossiping. That's the problem.
Emotional. Everything got to be about money. What about the emotional shit he doing to you right now?
Talk about some child support being. What is that? Didn't y'all let us say that color stuff? Okay, I said something about the color. The whole point was about him not being a father. No. But y'all want to pick out the list of. Nigga never been there for me mentally. Anytime I felt happiness from this man, it was temporary. Very temporary. He bumped it down real quick. Like, come on now, like, I can say a lot. I'm really limiting my talking. I can say a lot.
And tell him why you really left him up there.
Yeah. First of all, I talked to him. I'm moving. I've been telling him I'm moving to Houston. Been telling him. So boom, at the time I had my car, I was doing the transportation. I had to drive up here with my mama. And cause she had a bad car accident. What's that hard to understand?
Like I was really in a wheelchair.
And then on top of that, we got into it like at least 2 to 3 days before that. You know, he told me, fuck me and my mama. No, he didn't say fuck me and my mama. Well, yes, he did. He said fuck me and my mama. But when we really started getting into it, when he was like, I don't give a fuck about your mama being in no car wreck, whoop the whoop, because I wanted to go home and help my mama. And that's what he told me. I don't give a fuck about your mama being in no car wreck, so shit, I went home. What y'all want me to do, be a yes man? Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir, I want to go home and help my mom who almost died in a car wreck. Who was dead for me when you was locked up in Angola? What? Could never be me. Loyalty go always over. Loyalty is go always over. It's loyalty over anything with me. I swear to God. Loyalty over love. Loyalty over all that. Like loyalty is always loyalty over love. I don't care. And I don't hate them, but I don't love them either. Straight like that. I ain't got a fake. I ain't got a pump fake or nothing. Like dead ass. Like I'm not playing. Like I don't like I said, he was never there. Like I don't know how to explain that. Like he was never there for me mentally. So I'm not missing out on nothing. So I'm not like, it don't bother me. Like my nigga, I don't care. It's the fact I had to find out from other people and from live while I'm out at school. Like I'm too pretty for this. And ain't none of this, I can't do. I forgot. I said I was going to respect my mama. No more cuss words. Just had to repeat.
No more cuss words.
Was said or whatever.
Cuss words.
But yeah, like
my child couldn't even do a live talking about our grown adult situation. She had to do this in her room when I'm asleep. It's no way you're gonna be doing this in the car. And I get the hell off that live.
Right.
Don't be putting our business out there. I don't give a damn what we going through. That's our shit.
Right.
And if you got a problem with your father, call your goddamn father. Talk to. That's still your father.
Right.
Talking about loyalty over love. Man, oh my God. Let's hear Boosie's take on this, man, because I'm oh my God, this is just terrible.
I told her that a couple times. Fucking right, I told her that a couple times.
Somebody asked him about the part where he said, did he call his daughter a bitch? And did he say it was hope? Now, this was said to the mother, not directly to the daughter. She's recording it, playing it for the daughter. you know,
Right.
so she can manipulate a little bit further. But let's hear his side of the story. Why he would call his daughter a bitch or a hoe is crazy.
Yep. She was embarrassing the fam. I mean, she was giving her body away at football games in the bathroom, man. I mean, she going to my son's football games, having sex in the bathroom with boys. I mean, I probably told her more than that. Shit. That's the kind of daddy I am.
You can tell he hurt.
I'll say it again.
Okay, again, Boosie.
You're embarrassing the fucking family, shit. What the fuck? And the mama okay with it. Mama let 19-year-old boy stay with a 14-year-old. I probably said more than that shit.
Look at his eyes, yeah.
I probably said more than that. Who let a 19-year-old?
I said, look at his eyes.
Yeah.
They not red because he high. That nigga about to cry. He just fighting that shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Stay with a 14-year-old. Who let a 19-year-old man stay with a 14-year-old? Stay in the house. Nigga walking around with his boxers on.
I know you fucking lying. About that.
Bad.
This right now, you can tell. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm gonna let that be right where it is.
Yeah.
And let me send this back to you. All right, what you think, man? Your thoughts first, man.
So first of all, I want to say is, you know, and the whole story is sad. You understand what I'm saying? And with the wrong that I feel like, you know, definitely the wrong that the mother is doing is not coming off motherly. It's coming off as that's your homegirl and she about 16 too. You understand what I'm saying? But it's just sad. It's so sad. There's no respect there. The cussing and carrying on, the telling, put personal business out. Not to mention, to be a successful co-parent is not to replay conversations that you had with that parent to the children. You understand what I'm saying? The conversations between us as parents can be raw and whatever, and it's not to be replayed for the child to hear. You understand what I'm saying? And if you do that, you're playing a huge part in the dysfunction of that relationship when that's not what you're supposed to be doing as a co-parent. You're supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever you can to make sure that that relationship is good. You know, we all have parents that ain't been the best, but what makes it even worse is if you got a parent that's not that great, and then you got the other parent that's continuing to egg you on and tell you how that parent ain't so great, or point out what that parent is doing wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Which is just crazy to me. And you can see the hurt in the little girl at the end of the day. Now, I don't agree with her cussing. I don't agree with her cussing her daddy. None of that, because I'm big on respect. At 16, I know you're a lie. You're not going to be cussing. You damn sure not going to be putting our family business out online. And I'm damn sure not going to be sitting next to you like, yeah, girl, tell them about that one time. Like, that is so, it's so sad. It is so sad. And I feel bad for her now, not to have Boosie's back 100%, because we already know he ain't the father of the year. He done came out and told us how he, you know, to lose the son's virginity, he got him fellatio from a stripper or a prostitute or whatever it was. You understand what I'm saying? So we already know. I feel like when it comes to Boosie, you know, he kind of wants a certain thing for the daughters, but he let the sons do whatever. And you can't be like that. You literally cannot be like that. There has to be some kind of balance there. You know what I'm saying? And it makes me, it upsets me that I feel like a lot of these rappers have that. You know what I'm saying? You got T.I. over here wanting to get his daughter's hymen checked, but you got King over here acting crazy, talking crazy, doing all kind of stuff. So I feel like there needs to be some type of balance when it comes to these fathers and their daughters versus their sons as well. You understand what I'm saying? I understand Boosie being upset and being hurt, but the flip coin of that is, how would that daughter be in his home? Because you got to understand, he lets the boys run amok. He lets the boys do whatever. So if she was being raised by him and in that home, how would that pan out? Would he be the father of the year if she was living in his home?
Nah.
Right.
He won't be the father of the year regardless of the fact.
Right.
And I only know how to see this from a man's perspective. I know a man. I know how my father was with my brothers. I got 3 brothers. I got 2 sisters. He was way more overprotective of the sisters. He made sure under his watch he kept them as pure as long as possible. He wasn't worried as much about us once we got 15, 16. Both my sisters are older than me. So he wasn't worried about us as much once me and my little brothers got, 14, 15, 16, 17, because it's kind of like at that point for a male, what can you do? If you haven't reached them by then and they're making bad decision making, this is what leads to different type of situations, especially when a child starts to think he grown. And I know I was every bit of that little nigga when I was growing up. So it wasn't really nothing my father can do. It was kind of like, all right, nigga, I gave you everything I can give you. You think you a man? Now you got to face the world. And the consequences for men are a lot harsher than they are for women. Also, I do want to implement to you this. Even though by the time I was 15, 16, Pops was kind of like, all right, be your own man. Also, when I was 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, was getting the most ass whoopings I ever seen any child get in my life. You understand what I'm saying? And that was part of the discipline. So, yeah, and that's the discipline that being a man is part of. Like that discipline is what's going to remind you when you're getting disciplined another way. Let's say you get incarcerated. Say something bad happens to you. Say you lose a job or you flunking out of school and can't figure it out. These are the things that make you men because you remember those lessons. You remember those times. You remember what your mom and your father told you. You know what I'm saying? They hit you like a ton of bricks. And I think that's just a different part of being a man and a woman too. So when it comes to the women, of course, I think that the men are going to be overly protective, where the mother would be more understanding because she understands what it's like to go from a little girl to a grown woman. So the reason why that balance isn't there isn't necessarily, he wouldn't be the father of the year if she stayed with him or not. It's not going to happen. But I guarantee you she wouldn't be fucking niggas in the restroom. You see what I'm saying? Okay. If your mama was fast and loose in 6th, 7th, 8th grade, she's not going to see it as bad if her daughter is. Just like if a father was wilding in the streets at 14, 15, 16, he understands why his son is. He just hopes that he don't make a terrible decision that's going to change his whole fucking life. You know what I'm saying? Or end his life. But there's really nothing you could do. You know what I mean? But that parenting is bad on both sides. It's terrible. It's terrible. But I do understand how he wanted. You could tell he wants to protect her more. He doesn't want to see, especially a daughter that young. She's 16 now. Like, man, I don't want to see you getting jigged out and whored out, and my daughter might be the next motherfucker stripping at 18, 19, doing porn or some weird. You know what I'm saying? So I understand it's hurt. It's just for me. My questions would be more for the mother, man. Like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're supposed to, if it was a son he was out of control, this would be 100% Boosie's fault. But since it's a daughter, it's got to be more lenient to, like, what are you teaching her? Why does your daughter talk in front of you like one of your homegirls?
Right.
And it's not like she's talking about, how her father hurt her, what was done to her. She's talking about her mama and daddy relationship like she was the mama best friend when they first hooked up.
Exactly, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, God forbid you actually let this child stay in a child's place and let her grow up and not know the ins and outs of the, dysfunctional relationship that was whatever they had before she was here, and what's continued to happen as she gets older. You understand what I'm saying? That dysfunction definitely should not be fed, and you shouldn't know every conversation that has happened with me and your grown daddy as a 16-year-old. To me, that's crazy. When you as a spouse or as a parent take the hate that you have for that person that you don't made a child with this person, and for whatever reason you feel this way, it's detrimental for you to take that hate and instill it into the child and make the child feel how you feel. You understand what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of that hatred, yes, the little girl is hurt. Yes, he hasn't been this and this and that, but a lot of that hatred is also coming from the turmoil of the relationship and the stuff that she has to hear and the stuff that she has to endure. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And so it's a sad story. It just really is. And it's like, why does it have to be played out on social media? Everybody got family stuff that goes on and whatever, but to play it out on social media, care about other people's opinions, and you and your mother sitting online cussing and carrying on and down in this, you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. It's sad too.
I'm not making any excuses for them, but I know why. They're going to live streams and social media about it. And this is where, when we was doing the podcast the other day when we was talking about Dion, remember I had called Dr. Umar like the Lil Boosie of the woke world because, and I was saying this strictly because I think Dr. Umar's starting to talk too much. You know what I'm saying? And Boosie just talks too much. Like, it's Boosie's fault that they kind of feel like they need to go to social media because you're doing interviews on Flash TV, talking about your family. You've done songs talking about your sons, talking about your baby mamas, talking about your daughters, putting it publicly. So, of course, they're going to want to tell their side of the story, right or wrong. And they're going to have to do it publicly because they're not going to get invited to Vlad. They're not going to get invited to the places Boosie's going to get invited to. So right. I kind of see why they're doing what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? I kind of get it. And I have to be honest about it. Like, Boosie, they wouldn't be doing it if you wouldn't.
Right. That's why I said it. In this instant, everybody's in the wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody's in the wrong. All of them is in the wrong. The mama, Boosie, and the child. The child more so because the mama and Boosie,
she was an ass whooping.
The respect is crazy. Like, I can't. My mother is gone, but God rest her soul. Like, I remember being grown and still not being able to cuss. Definitely not at her, to her. But you know what I'm saying? Like, or cuss word slipping out as a grown woman. So it just, for me to see her sitting there and talking so grown, and you got the mother in the back hooping and hollering like she the 16-year-old homegirl, it's like, that's what we went wrong at. Because at the end of the day, yes, you want to have a relationship where your child can talk to you about anything or whatever. But at the same time, there has to be a level of respect there. You understand what I'm saying? And you still have to understand that I'm the mother and we're the parents and you're the child. You can see that this little girl is, because the mother obviously lets her do a lot of shit like she ain't grown. It's sad that she has had to grow up in such a fast manner and she ain't been able to enjoy being innocent at 14, 16. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's crazy. That's sad as ever.
Made it to 16 and my family talking like that, man. My
Definitely
mama
not.
and everybody else's mamas would have beat the shit out of her. You know what I'm saying? Like, no way would that have been. None of my sisters act or talk like that, man. Like, especially in front of my mom. My brothers and sisters still don't cuss in front of my mom and dad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a respect
and it's a
thing.
Choice at the end of the day to allow your child to be like that. Because don't get me wrong, I am a young mother. I was a young mother I had my first child when I was 17, almost 18 years old. So I get having to grow up with your child, but at the end of the day, there still needs to be a parent-child relationship there. You know what I'm saying? Even though I had my children young, and I feel like as we've gotten older, we've kind of grown together because I was a child when I had my child. But I guarantee you, they don't drop the F-bombs in front of me still to this day. And wouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's still a level of respect that has been instilled in them that, that's not okay. So, yeah, it's just crazy.
I'll lie to you. Like, I've seen those same exact relationships go on today. People our age and younger. You know what I'm saying? I see more of that than I see the normal, what I thought was normal, being the way I was raised. You know what I'm saying? I see this type of shit a lot, man. So it's not I'm not even saying it's just sad for them. It's sad for our culture right now because that shit's damn near normalized. Man.
Facts.
There's nothing coming out of this but tough words to people that are going to be attached to each other for the rest of their lives, no matter how you look at it. You can't change who your father is, whether you love him or not. Nigga, you can't change who your daughter is, no matter what she turns out to be. Like, you're going to be attached to her. They're always going to know that. How do we know her now? Because that's Boosie's daughter. That's the only reason why we know what the fuck she is. So that attachment is going to be there for the rest of their lives. And they're already talking crazy. It's such a young relationship, man. She'll regret that if that nigga don't make it to 50. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how many ass whoopers I got. I don't care how many times I was mad at my mom and dad. I cherish the fact they here today, and I can still call them up on the phone, have a conversation with them about something. You know what I mean?
Right.
So some of that pain that she has as a child, she'll outgrow. And if that relationship is tarnished because of that, and then Boosie gotta quit being so goddamn sensitive too, man. You gotta understand that's still a child. So they're not talking from the total intelligent place. They're not talking from a place of understanding yet. She's talking as a child would talk. And as soon as they hurt, they just know how to hurt back or either cry about it or however kids react to shit.
Right.
They're still a child though. You know what I mean? She needs time to grow up and mature and time to change her decision making.
Right.
And it's also not the time for her to really be knowing about. She shouldn't know anything about their relationship.
Right.
What does a 15-year-old really know about a relationship? You don't know what it's like to live with nobody yet. You don't know what it's like to pay bills. You don't really know you don't know what it's like to raise a child yet. So why should you know about adult relationships? And you know nothing about being an adult.
I feel like as you grow older, you know what I'm saying? You end up, if you have parents that are trying to co-parent the best they can and they don't down talk each other when they're not around and stuff like that, that child is able to see that other parent or see both of their parents for who they are without being swayed, without their opinion being swayed on this person. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like she was going to come into the fact that she doesn't really care for her father, or she doesn't appreciate what he's done, or he hasn't done enough. She should have grown up and come into that realization herself, not being coached and coerced by the mother. You understand what I'm saying?
More hurt that he took that Benz back he bought her this summer when she turned 16. So he had it all posted on Instagram, wrapped up in a bow.
I remember.
And she complained about the color. And that nigga was like, hey, this is a fucking $180,000 fucking SUV. You're going to take this motherfucker the way it is. She wanted to leave because the mother was filing child support on him and she knew about it. As you can see, they have a friendly relationship, not a mother-daughter relationship. So she wanted to get that card and get up out of there, which she did. She ended up leaving, and he repoed that motherfucker.
See, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like if you didn't have a mother, a so-called mother in your friend as your, acting like a 16-year-old homegirl in your ear, like, girl, that's not the color you want. You should get what color you want. You shouldn't have to take a color you want, versus a parent that would say, you know what, honey? It might not be the color you want, but it was a gift. He took the time out to get you the gift. Like, appreciate the gift. The parent in her would have made her be a little bit more humble about the gift, period. But because she's on the flip side and you trying to act like the homegirl, disrespectful as hell. Don't appreciate.
If I bought you an AMG Mercedes-Benz truck, do you give a fuck what color it is?
I definitely don't, Daddy. Hello. I can't afford it. But if it's due now, I'm gonna give you a bubblegum pink dress and call it a day. Hello.
Hey, listen, don't get it twisted. I can't afford one for me, so you definitely can't get one.
Daddy.
Yeah, maybe if this shit take off in a few years, I gift you for being a co-host. But my point is, it's a car, Shell.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Moral of the story, nobody is winning in this situation. In this story coming out, there is no winners. You know what I'm saying? It's sad all across the board. I don't know if I could even put, I definitely feel like the mother it's not giving mother. It's not giving responsible parent. It's not giving It's not giving any of that. It's definitely giving a friendship relationship. Whereas
that's terrible parenting.
we're equals. We're equals. You know what I'm saying? When you hear the mother and the daughter talk, they literally are in the car as if they are equals. And to me, it's like, nah, not at all.
Yeah, man. I just think that shit is a huge reflection on our culture. It's not just Boosie. It's not just his baby mama and his daughter in that situation. I see a whole culture, city to city, state to state. And when I mean culture, I'm not just talking about the kids being malfunctioned the way they are. I'm talking about our relationships as well. I see a lot of our relationships. It's the same as this. Everybody want to act like they better than, or they would never. Man, I see a lot of this shit going on in a lot of us. A lot of us. A lot of us.
Okay.
So it's just like I said. This is, to me, it's sad because of a different reason, not because it's him. You know what I mean? Because that nigga got rich nigga problems. I'll take those any day of the week. You know what I'm saying? I'll take them any day of the week. You know what I mean? But it's our culture to me, man. You know, it's deeper than that shit. It's deeper than that shit. That's just because it's celebrities, because we can all look at them and they're kind of in a spotlight. It's an example for us to use, but ain't nothing about this shit funny.
Not at all. I mean, it was a little funny when he said the nigga was in his drawers, because I don't know why I instantly thought about some baby boy. You know what I'm saying? When the nigga was in the kitchen, butt ass nigga making eggs. I don't know why when he said the nigga was in his drawers walking around, I felt like the nigga was in the kitchen cooking breakfast. Boosie came in, like, you want some eggs? Like, what the fuck?
So okay, now think about this though, Bill. So you remember the situation I was telling you about earlier about a girlfriend of mine. So you gotta understand this, right? In order for a grown woman to allow a child to be sexual in the household that she runs, she wants that same thing too. Most likely that little 19-year-old was hitting both of them. If he walking around that house in his drawers, now mama likes to see that little nigga swing too.
Disgusting. Let me just say disgusting.
But hey, very realistic. Happens all the time. I was one of them young niggas that hit a couple of my girls' mamas. You know what I'm saying? I know what that shit is like. I know that. Listen, other than that, it's not a homeboy I got whose mother would allow me to walk around, even if we went to sleep. When I was having sleepovers back in the day when I go to my friend's house, even if we went to sleep in our boxes or a box and a t-shirt, before you come out that room, you better be dressed.
But I always enjoy our convo, Mr. Plug.
Yeah. Any closing remarks? Make sure you always shout the shit out.
I already said my closing remarks. I gave it to you earlier. Ain't no winners in this situation. It's all sad. I think the mama need to maybe put some parenting classes or something. It's bananas to me. But make sure y'all follow me on YouTube. I also got a YouTube channel. Told y'all a dope ass DIY channel. Make sure y'all check out my Michelle DIY Designs. Y'all can follow me on every social media platform. We out here in these social streets. And I appreciate Mr. Plug Talk for inviting me on his platform again to give my opinions. Because at the end of the day, it's all opinions. Everything is allegedly, even my name. I'm just playing.
Yo, y'all know how I end this shit every time. It's never gonna change, man. The same guy every day. Now, y'all don't have to go home, but you do got to get the fuck out of here. Peace and blessings. Plug Talk 4.
Peace out.